Give it up for Eliseo and Brian one more time. Those guys are fighting their hearts out. You know, the House, we got to rough in the Senate because even though we have a majority, we all know a majority is not always a majority because it all depends on sort of who's driving the bus. But in the House, those guys, thin margin, too many people listen to the propaganda of the right-wing corporate agenda, which is, let's stick it to teachers, they're the problem with education. Let's stick it to immigrants, they're the problem with the economy. Let's stick it to you public employees, because they're the ones who are costing us all this money. And too many people drink that Kool-Aid, because that's what it is. It's a conservative, right-wing, corporate Kool-Aid. I keep expecting the Hey Kool-Aid guy to kind of come out of that aisle at some point and say, Hey Kool-Aid! So, you know, the thing is, we can't drink that Kool-Aid, and we can't let our families drink that Kool-Aid. Too many people are buying into this. It's a big lie. And the lie is, the problem with education is teachers. Is that the problem with education? The problem with education is we're not funding it enough. We're not supporting our teachers. We're not supporting our schools. But where does all the money go for schools? Big, fat corporate tax breaks for the wealthiest corporations who don't pay taxes here. Big, fat tax breaks for the wealthiest 1% of GOP voters. Schools, corporate tax breaks. Kids, corporate tax breaks. It's a choice. It is a choice that we have to really remind people that when you vote for someone, regardless of what they look like or what they're saying, ask them what they stand for. More importantly, ask them who they're going to stand with. Who are you going to stand with? My favorite old Spanish saying from one of my teachers in Spanish, which, you know, I got to be in that class, but Mr. Sanchez at Albuquerque High used to make us do these dichos, and my favorite dicho is always, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Tell me who you stand with, and I'll tell you who you are. Tell me who you stand with. Okay, well, we are standing with you. We're standing with working families. We're standing with teachers, and we're proud of it. We're standing with public employees, and we're proud of it because you guys work for a living, you pay your taxes, and all you want is what every American wants, is the opportunity to have a better life for your family and for your kids. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking anything crazy. We're asking the richest folks who in 2003 got a massive tax break, can you give a little back for our kids? Just a little bit. Not the whole thing. Not the whole $600 million, but how about $50 million? So we don't have to close schools and early childhood centers and healthcare facilities and close down domestic violence programs. How about $50 million? How about the whole thing? Well, great, but we're not even asking for that. We're just asking for a little bit. How about these multi-state corporations? They will not absolutely accept one single tax increase on any multi-state company. And the Democrats are supposed to be running this place except for the fourth floor. So, you know, at some point, we got to say enough is enough. First it was teachers, right? Teachers are the problem with, you know, this ridiculous movie that all you need is a school and the teachers are the problem. I can tell you I would not be standing here but for a lot of teachers who got me on the right track, kept me straight, intervened in my life and said, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. Doesn't matter where you come from, whether your mom's a single mom, whether there's four of you, whether you're white collar, blue collar, Hispanic, black, white. We don't care. If you believe in yourself like we believe in you, you're going to make it. And that's what my teachers told me, and that's why I'm standing here. So somehow in this parallel right-wing corporate universe, corporate-controlled media universe, teachers are suddenly the problem. It's the most absurd thing I've ever heard of in my life. Next, it was public employees. We saw what's happening in Madison. We saw what's happening across the country. Don't think this is by accident. This is an orchestrated agenda of the right-wing conservatives. There's state after state after state after state. That's what it's about. It's a right-wing corporate agenda. Republican playbook, thank you very much. So, we're trying not to get too partisan.